The lights are low.
Good morning, Unity of Tampa. How we doing? All right. We got the blood flowing. We got the hands clapping. Fantastic. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Where the Father waits with open arms, He's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in, come on in. You'll find a place of rest and illumination, where God within you helps you to light your way. He knows the peace you need and the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Where the doors are locked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. That's our love, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Where there's room enough in this home of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved to belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Unity of Tampa, come on in, yeah. All right, happy Sunday to you all. Thank you. A fantastic way to start the service again. Come on in.
All right. Hello? Hello, hello. Hello. Tss. Okay. Hello. Nope. Got it? No?
Yeah, you should be. Yeah. Check, 1 2 1 2. Red tape mic, guys.
Red tape mic.
It's on.
Red tape mic. There. Hi, everyone. Hey, I want you to strap into your seats. No flying away because we've got a lot to talk about. Well, hey, new visitors, raise your hand if you're here for the first time. Oh, you're going to have a blast. We've got gifts for you, and if you go back at the end of the service, there's another gift of a T-shirt. So we're welcome here. Anybody out there for the first time in cyberspace, welcome as well. Announcements. You can. Oh, I forgot. If you didn't know, I'm Pat Fenda. I forgot to make that important announcement. Get updated from the Sunday Bulletin, the email newsletter, Facebook, website, checking on your social media, and then silence those phones, okay? All right, hey, here's our first exciting thing. It's the blood drive today. So look what you can win. This is going to be, no, thank you, Bobby. It's just shy of a new car. It's a plastic basket with a hat and a nice, beautiful water bottle, some mints, and $20 gift card to Target. That's wonderful. And everyone who gives blood today will be part of this drawing, and you will also get, oh, there it is, the big red bus. You'll get $20 gift card, a T-shirt, and it looks like a hat or I don't know. No? A long sleeve. All right. Long sleeve shirt. You'll need it today. Not tomorrow, but all right. So there it is. More gifts and prizes for donors. All right, now the Grief and Recovery Group is meeting the third Sunday of the month, which is this Sunday, today. And it's facilitated by Jan Cohen. Thank you, Jan. And anyone who needs that support group, I'm sure it will be helpful. Saturday, a busy day. Excuse me, February 25th, 9 to 2, they're going to paint Fellowship Hall. You, and you, and you, and you, and you. Oh, thank you, a hand rose up there. But you don't even have to sign up. Just show up. Just show up and get your paintbrush and start painting. Soul Sisters. All right, wait a minute. Do we have the paint slide? There it is. Okay. All right, next slide. Soul Sisters. All right. Awakening to Your Right Mind. A very interesting book. The Soul Sisters group with Gilda Suarez is going to meet actually the same day. So if you're not painting, you're in here with the Soul Sisters. All right. So you have lots of options for next Saturday. Oh, and then on Sunday, so what a big weekend that'll be. The exciting news and updates, as you see them out there, I'm excited about looking at those pictures, are more at the annual meeting, Sunday, February 26th. That's next Sunday right here after service. So. Okay, thank you. Jeff just reported you can view it online, but you can only vote if you're here in person. All right. Okay. Now, can we get a little...
So get up, so get up, so get up, so get up.
Buenos dias. Good day, everyone. I am so excited to talk to you about our first adventure. The whole theme is up, and interestingly, Nancy always talks about synchronicity, right? What is today's daily word, Nancy? Aspire. Aspire. Oh, yeah. So, I think I knew. Yes. So, we were thinking about a theme for our picnic, and we decided that the whole theme of Up. How many of you have seen the movie Up? Many of you have. For those of you that haven't, it's a beautiful story about someone who is struggling toward the end of their life that is a balloon salesperson, and he takes his house and goes on an adventure. He wires it up so he can fly with his house. And there's a Boy Scout that's a stowaway in the house. And together they have adventures. And their first adventure, where we're going together, is Latin America. And so on Sunday, March 5th, Cinco de Marzo, not Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Marzo, we are going to hold our first Up event. And it's going to be fabulous. All you have to do is show up and stay here after church. So, with all that in mind, you probably saw, if you haven't already, and Pat's been holding up the book. Yes, and you can also rent the movie if you haven't seen it, but it's not necessary. It's just heartwarming. Anyway, I did want to say that there's a description of Up and all of the things, but on the back of it, something very, very important. and that is we're asking you to please let us know you're coming because we want to plan. We want to know how many people are coming, and we're not asking you to bring something, but if you are so drawn, that'd be wonderful. Just let us know what you might want to make for our fiesta. And you know, fiestas don't go without planning, and I just wanted to mention, oh my sticky, oh. Would you bring that up, please? This is my platform assistant, the handsome Louis Key to my heart. Okay. I wanted to thank our socialites chair, Candace. Please stand as I call your name. Our very own Pat, Fenda, Barbara. Is Barbara here? Chris, Julie, Mark. Stan, come on, yeah. Sam. Catherine. Dave? Yeah, oh, yay. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, I said, we don't have Dave. And Louis. Yes. Thank you all so much. And also, this is good for all the rest of you to know. So if you have a question about the picnic, please reach out to any of us about it. We will be collecting your forms at the end of the service. Anything else? Cinco de Marzo.
Up, up and away in our beautiful, beautiful balloon. Yes. All right. See, I told you it was busy. Good thing you're strapped in. All right. Reflexology. How many have ever experienced reflexology? So it's not just about your feet. It comes from your feet, but it goes all the way up your body. It is tremendous. It opens up blockages and makes the blood flow, and it's a self-help technique, because who else wants to hold your feet? Yeah, it relieves pain, promotes well-being, and it's facilitated by a certified reflexologist, our own Jan Cohen. It will be held on Sunday, March 12th from 1 to 3, right here, right? Or over there. One of those places. Hey, on the property. Maybe it'll be a hunt. You know, you just walk your feet. All right, well, that will be fun. It's really I love reflexology. Okay, so thank you, Snack Angels. We always love you, all those wonderful snacks. And so we're hoping you'll bring some healthy snacks and meet us, just deliver them to Luis. And after service, we can all munch. So that's great. And we're going to be ready for our birthday song, the birthdays of the week. This week, our Georgette Stowe on the 22nd, and our lovely Reverend Debbie Moss on the 25th. Anybody else have a birthday this week that we don't know about? All right, keep it a secret. Thank you. Have a wonderful. I'll be looking for your forms after the service out there. Thanks.
Thanks, Pat. And we'll sing to those birthday babies. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday to you.
Good morning. What the heck? What a great day. Look at all these people. It's beautiful outside. It's a beautiful day. And I'm so excited. Trish and Mike are here from Daytona. If you haven't seen them, say hello. So they are long time members. Long. They go back all the way to, I remember, the late 90s, yes? Right? Yeah. But they watch every Sunday, and it's nice when they can come back over. So it's nice to see them. I also want to do a big shout out to Michael Williams. Michael Williams, we love you. We're all sending good thoughts to you. Michael had surgery this past week. He's doing very well. Unfortunately, his husband's mother, so his mother-in-law, passed yesterday, and so now they have another challenge to deal with. But if you could please send lots of love to Michael and Tony. Tony, we love you. We're praying for you and your family. And I spoke to Tony yesterday, and as usual, he's a real trooper trying to manage everything he has going on. I'm giving blood today, so I don't know who's joining me, but for every one of us who gives blood, we're saving 4 lives. So I hope you'll join me. And no, I'm not going to take the basket, in case you thought that was my motivation. I also want to thank Cindy Stump. Where'd Cindy go? There you are. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for being our board angel today. Dr. Dave, we don't often thank you, but I want to thank you for running meditation and making things happen. And I know Margaret helps, but you started this whole thing, and we appreciate how long you've kept it going. Yeah, 6 years. I really appreciate. We all do. Thank you. Meditation is packed on Wednesday, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. All right. I also want to do one more thing. Where was it? Maybe I did everything I was supposed to. Gosh, I can't even imagine that. All right. Let's just take a gigantic deep breath and say our unity affirmation. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Emphasis on God the good. We're going to be talking about that today. All right, as Mary pointed out today, aspire is our word for the day. Daily word, I'm going to read this. I aspire to help create a world that works for all. I hold a vision of an equitable world, a global community that supports and encourages all people to live fully and reach their unique potential. I feel a kinship with those who hold a similar vision and work to realize it. My past experiences and present perspective show me what is mine to do and how I can contribute to realizing my vision. I trust I will be guided and inspired to find avenues of service where the things I do best and most enjoy will be most helpful. I bless people I may never meet. I offer my time, talents, and effort to further my vision of a new way of living. With clarity of purpose, I take my place among a growing network of caring, visionary souls. And from Ephesians 4, the gifts he gave were to equip the saints for the work of ministry, for building up the body of Christ. So I want to just say, as much as he hates me doing this, I want to give a shout out to Sean Lee for being someone who aspires to be of service and share his talents. We have 53 volunteers here right now, and he's one of the people who, whenever we ask him to find something, magically does. So when you go to Fellowship Hall today, you'll notice there's a new rack, and the new rack is right out of a restaurant. It's a restaurant style, and thanks to Hanson, Joanne, and the team, Earth Care, we're going to be using that to recycle and clean our silverware, because we're going green here. So thank you so much to Sean, who doesn't like to be given any attention, but I don't really care. You know, I got to call it like I see it, Sean. You know, when you have people who are willing to help, they have to be thanked. All right, all you really need is love around here. I could be wrong.
And we're going to sing about it. Will you guys stand and sing All You Need Is Love with us? 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Love, love, love. We had a little competitive loving going on last week. We'll see how it goes this week. Love. nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. Here we go. All you need is love. All you need is love. That's right. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. No way you can be that isn't where you were meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love, yeah. And all you need is all you need. All you need is love. Come on now. All you need is love. And all you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all. Love is all you need. 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 All right.
Well, I love everybody here, so I'm going to say everybody sounded great, but all right, we have a little video for a story today. It's super great. So let's just show you the... Oh, after 9 years without painting, Brian Peterson found a new motivation to exploit his talents.
That's me, y'all. That's me.
I hadn't painted for 9 years. Ended up finding this man sitting a block away from my house, known by everybody, but nobody really knew him. And from within my heart, I just asked him, "Hey Matthew, would it be okay if I painted your portrait?" Paintings are extremely dignified, full of life, full of color, full of hope, full of joy. And as a result, I think it's helped a lot of people see their neighbors differently. We sell the artwork, and then we use the money to help them out. I'm reading about loving people, and I hear my neighbor outside of my window, this man experiencing homelessness. This is my neighbor, and I don't even know his name. I said, we got to change it. We got to do this differently. The aim was to help our neighbors, get them off the streets. A lot of those things happened. We were able to help a lot of people. The amount of messages that I've received of hey, you helped me see my neighbor. I looked at your painting, and then I looked at my neighbor, and I'm seeing with new eyes. I mean, Faces of Santa Ana became Faces of Mankind, which encapsulates other cities. after that first talk, if you're feeling right in your own heart that it's time to ask them to paint their portrait, I always tell people, okay, that's what you should do. If they say yes, ask them questions about their life that would make them smile or make their eyes smile. Take a bunch of photographs back to my studio and paint them. How can I take off my human eyes and see with the eyes of my heart? Getting into all the stories they told me, all the pains, all the hurts, and then all the hopes and dreams. And my aim is to give them something that they can feel real about. They would look at that and say, that is me, that is me. We find people often in darkness. Sometimes I'll ask them, hey, what color do you want me to paint you in? I can't tell you how many people have said gray. If they're experiencing darkness, how can I paint with light? I want to change that narrative from the inside out. How can I wipe away the darkness and introduce them to light? When Kimberly's painting sold, she said, hey, Brian, my daughter's in trouble. She's not able to meet rent this month. Can I use some of the money from my painting to pay my daughter's rent? And she handed the check to her daughter. And that exchange of her giving the check, she's crying and her mom's crying. She said, this is the first time in my life I feel like my mother has been able to help me. And I got to witness that.
Somebody bought my painting. You bought it. No.
Your portraits have sold.
Come to find out there's some of the most generous people, some of the most hospitable people. So many things that I think lead us to our destiny and our purpose are on the other side of fear. If you can break through that fear wall and love, on the other side of that wall, there's something really special for your life.
Tried and true with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. Thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Sanctuary for you.
So as we just relax into the thought of becoming a sanctuary where we can connect with the greatest energy in this universe, we just take some deep breaths and try to relax our minds and our bodies and our thoughts. Stop thinking about what you've got to do the rest of this day or tomorrow or yesterday. Just let it all go and let's just spend this time together in this moment, finding our peaceful center, and allow the words I share to enter your heart if they're right for you, and let go of what does not feel right. The goal isn't to listen to my words, but rather to find your center. In my earthly journey, I serve as a brilliant light of the divine, expressing my humanity in a loving manner every day, loving to myself, loving to others. As I encounter or observe life's challenges and hardships, I remind myself to shine my light even more brightly so that I can lift the darkness for those in need. Regardless of what I hear or see, I trust that duality can only exist when I sense that I am separate from God. There is only one power and one presence, and no place for duality, because I am never separate from God. God is pure love and wisdom, and that is the message I must carry in my heart and affirm when doubts start to rise. I am an important part of the divine global team, and my faith cannot waver in the face of difficulties. I simply need to remember that God is my source in every need. Grounded in faith and an understanding of my oneness with God, I can only bring my best to every day. Any illusions I have of God beyond pure good are only fed by my fears and the absence of truth. In the silence, I am wrapped in divine love and wisdom, absorbing the strength and guidance that can lift me out of fear and doubt into faith, hope, love, joy, and peace. I rest in the blessed assuredness of God's good and take that in. I celebrate my humanity by becoming a reflection of God in the world. And I look for and recognize the reflection of God in others. It is through faith in who I am, in who I am capable of being, that I can empower my life. The light of God shines brightly in my life. And with my heart and mind centered, I am at peace. Good morning, Logan. So I want to begin today by thanking Mary Key for having prompted me last Sunday to think about holding a talk, giving a talk on the subject of God and where God is when bad things are happening in the world. So at first I wasn't sure it was something I was ready to take on, because it's always a controversial experience for people unless you do a good enough job to be able to lay it out. But as she's been talking to different people, she's hearing a lot about how people are struggling to find God. We just had 40,000 plus people die in an earthquake in Turkey. The war in the Ukraine is still going on. And this past week, 3 students lost their lives at Michigan State University. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. And it's easy to want to find someone to blame. But in each of these tragedies, people of faith said when someone survived, wow, you know, God is good. This person survived. But people of faith also said, where was God when the people they cared about didn't make it? Similarly, I think all of us, when bad things have happened to people we care about, some of us may have said, well, why them? They were such a good person, or they did such good in the world. Or how could God do this? And perhaps you've been one of the people in life who have said when something bad happens to somebody who's done bad things, maybe you found yourself saying, well, that's karma. That's the way the world works. They're getting what they deserve. But I truly believe that how we choose to see God's role in any situation is totally dependent upon our belief system and how we acquired it. So today I want to encourage everybody, not only for today, but for the rest of the week, to fill in the blank. God is. And keep doing that until you run out of words. God is. So you can understand what God is to you. Marcus Borg talks about how everything we currently believe was influenced by the lenses of our culture and our background. And he explains it this way. When we are children, we have pre-critical naivety. We believe whatever any authority figure tells us to be true. As we grow older, we develop what he calls acritical naivety, where we begin to piece together for ourselves what is and isn't true. But we base that on the facts that we learn. But he suggests we move to the third phase, which is called post-critical naivety. And post-critical naivety says seeing truth in the things that can't be factually proven. Now, if we use these three phases, we can begin to identify at what point in our life did we adopt a belief system that made God what we believe God is currently. The most ironic thing happened. Maybe ironical. Is that a song, maybe? Yeah, possibly. The first chapter in Charles Fillmore's book, Talks on Truth, which, by the way, was written in 1912, okay? One of the first chapters in it is called Reform Your God Thought. And here's what he said. I had to read this to you. The very first sentence says, "This is distinctly the age of reforms. Never before have there been such widespread and persistent efforts by both men and women to wrap the wrongs of religion, society, and politics." Is that interesting? 1912. Here we are 111 years later, and he would probably write the same sentence. Never before. But I was actually happy to read that because it reminds us that we are constantly revisiting the same things. When will we make a choice? When will we make a choice? Charles goes on to say that God is not a person who has set creation in motion and gone away and left it to run down like a clock. God is spirit, infinite mind, the immanent force and intelligence everywhere manifest in nature. God is the silent voice that speaks into visibility all the life there is. God is spirit, which means God is energy, not a person. So let's just hold that thought for a minute. Now, if you go back to what Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within. He never said, look up at the sky. The kingdom of heaven is within each of us. Sir John Templeton offers a great analogy for us understanding God as energy. He says that connecting with divine energy can be best compared to tuning a radio dial to a powerful broadcasting station. The transmitting station is constantly emitting a clear, concise signal. Some radios will pick up the signal, and some will not have a clear signal. He asks us what we can do to improve our reception, to make that connection to divine energy. If we take this a little further, seeing God as energy and connecting with that energy to get the signal we need, then we would understand that God is within each of us and not outside. There is no God outside of us. In an article entitled "A God We Can Believe In," Minister Galen Gungerich writes about his perspectives of God. I thought it was interesting I found this because it was at the All Souls Unitarian Church in New York City that this guy was a minister, and that's where my interfaith ordination was held. So I thought it was really interesting that I found this article. He explains that Western religions believe God is supernatural, able to command and control the forces of nature at will in order to carry out the divine plan for creation. Western religions believe God can stop the sun, inhabit a human body, walk on water. He says with a supernatural God who makes all the rules and hands them down to humanity, religion is merely obedience dressed up in fancy clothes. He goes on to say, if God is not supernatural, then religion should be realizing it has an even more important role to play. Because religion is the process of taking everything we know about the universe into account and creating a life of meaning and purpose within that universe. He says, I believe God exists like beauty exists, but not like a person or an apple exists. So from this perspective, let's go back to Charles for a minute. Because he says God is our higher self. And the higher we raise our consciousness, the more we are expressing our divine self. In other words, God or divine energy is the highest part of us, acting as witness to all of our own human activities. God energy is a resource, and we can use it how we see fit. To better understand the impact our consciousness has on our beliefs, I want to walk you through three things I think are really important to understand. First, the conscious mind, okay? The conscious mind is the sum total of everything we think, both past and present. Anything you've felt, anything that you've experienced is in your conscious mind. Whatever you see is happening, that's where your conscious mind is. And your conscious mind drives your subconscious mind. Stay with me for a minute. Your subconscious mind has one goal, to say yes to everything. Yes, the world is bad. Yes, you're right, you're failing. Yes, that job is terrible. Yes, your boss is horrible. Yes, you have a bad relationship. Yes, the world is evil. And 75% of the subconscious mind is negative. And as Clark and I were talking about this earlier, it's 200 times more powerful than your conscious mind. So everything you're taking in and deciding and judging is being solidified 200 times by the negative part of ourselves. The superconscious is our Christ consciousness. That's our divine self. And this is where prayer is communicated, and this is the realm of our highest spirit. Now, keeping in mind those three things, conscious, subconscious, superconscious, walk with me through what that looks like in life, okay? So, depending on which one you're spending the most time in, here's what life looks like. Victim consciousness, everything happens to me. Victor consciousness, life happens by me. Vessel consciousness, which is life happens in me and as me. And then truth consciousness, which simply says life is me. Simple. Now, I want to share something about my personal path that may actually make sense to you. So for me, finding God amidst the chaos was a rough ride. My first 38 years of life were based on the belief that God was the man in the white beard who orchestrated the divine plan for my horrible life, calling all the shots, determining what my experiences were in this lifetime. And unhappiness and suffering were the norm for 38 years of my life. And I had two strong religious beliefs. God never gives us anything we can't handle. And the more you handle, the more God is proud of you and gives you, because it's all a big test. From childhood to professional success, I'd overcome major hurdles. 12 surgeries, multiple body casts, physical and mental abuse, multiple horrific automobile accidents, sorry. Divorce, single parenting, the death of my brother, the death of my best friend and roommate. I believed wholeheartedly in my heart that God picked me to endure pain and suffering because I was selected for the endurance test. That belief seriously was the foundation of my approach to victim consciousness for all of that time. And then, the big then, I know you're wondering, and how the heck did you pull yourself out of the gutter? So then some stranger I hardly knew, who knew I was struggling, said this to me. Did you know being a victim is a choice? Okay. I can't even tell you what that did to me that day. I was insulted. I was furious at her. I couldn't even believe she had the guts to say that to me, knowing what I had just shared I had been through. But thank God for her, because it was the beginning of me questioning, could she be right? Was she right? Had somehow I played a role in all of this? So for several years, I spent unpacking all of my thoughts and beliefs about God. I attended a course in miracles. I read everything I could about spirituality. And what I came to realize was this, that God was pure love and wisdom, that God was only good. And God was neutral. Wasn't a person, didn't have an opinion. It was neutral. So I could use that energy for good and for what I believed about myself, and I could use it for bad. But my subconscious had convinced me that I did not deserve health or happiness. And I bought it. So little by little, I unpacked my world. And I realized that each of us has free will over our thoughts, free will over our mind, our ability to heal, our ability to see good for ourselves, our ability to decide what happiness looks like. We are not stuck. And if we're stuck, we're only stuck in our mind. That I came to realize that human behavior was the cause of bad things happening in our world. And no one was born bad. No one was born with a palette that said, you are here to suffer in your earthly school. Everyone who does bad things acquired them somewhere in their life journey. In one of those phases that Marcus Borg talked about. Ironically, yesterday, Jeffrey and I reaffirmed all of the things I'm telling you that were my beliefs when we went to visit Rose Suarez in the hospital. You may remember Rose, those of you who were in the choir with me, and Jeffrey and I. Rose was part of the choir for years. She's one of Unity's iconic women. All of them who made it to their 90s and are still living to talk about it. All Unity women who were the founders of the first Unity church in Tampa. And Gilda told Rose that I was talking about God today, and she said, Mom, do you have any advice for Nancy about what she could say about God and why bad things happen in the world? And this is what she said to me. She said, oh, it's human behavior, not God. And it came front and center at me, and I thought, look at you, laying in this hospital bed, and you're still pumping out your Unity principles. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. Think about where we began this message today. God is blank. And I'm going to ask you to think about all week what your definition of God is and what you think you can do to improve upon it. Let's look at today's lessons. Finding God amidst the chaos requires us to do 4 things. First, see God as spirit, divine energy behind all visible things. Number 2, see ourselves as divine ideas expressing that energy and divine spirit. Number 3, recognize that humans have free will. God doesn't make war, people do. Actions are human decisions. And number 4, search within whenever in doubt. All power has its birth in the silence. None of us are powerless unless we choose to be. Our affirmation today is, God is my source. Let's say that together. God is my source. And our quote today is by Debbie Ford. I define God as an energy, a spiritual energy. It has no denomination. It has no judgment. It has an energy that when we are connected to it, we know why we are here and what we are here to do. Let's take that in. So we pause now for a moment just to reflect upon the importance of understanding the power we have over our own lives. Just like the gentleman we saw in the video, choosing to use his talents for good, we can choose to use our thoughts for good. Reach deep into our souls to tap into that highest energy. Decide what we believe as co-creators in this lifetime, what we believe is right for us. Decide what template we put on every wrong in the world we see, and how we will help lift the world out of darkness in those moments. We give thanks for all the power bestowed upon us and the reminders to use it for good. Amen. If you have a prayer need, please complete the card and place it in the back of the box. We have plenty of chaplains here if you need one. Our giving affirmation, we say it because we believe in prosperity. Look at our parking lot, will you? That's prosperity consciousness. We're serving people like we intended to when we moved here. So let's say this with the right mindset. We have faith in God as our instant, constant, and abundant supply and supplier. We have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. We have faith in God to guide us in all our ways, and our health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good, now flowing forth to meet our every need. And so it is. Are our kids here, Jeffrey? Okay. Well, do you want to, I don't know where our children are. Where have all the children gone? Do you want to do our song, and then when they come, we can always... Yeah. Okay, thank you. Oh, as I...
So February, of course, is Black History Month, and we haven't really done much this year as a music team yet to kind of celebrate that, but when I heard the title of Nancy's talk, this song kind of came to mind. I felt like it kind of might fit both these struggles that we've had. Mother, there's far too many of you crying. and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. You talk to me so I can see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Right on, man. Right on. Yeah, yeah, Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. Who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause our faith is strong. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so I can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Ooh, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, thanks, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Is it on?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're on.
All right.
What's up, Heather?
That sounded amazing. Thank you.
Oh,
Hi.
thanks.
So we were talking about Lent coming up when we were back there and how it takes a lot of strength to imagine that we could have something different in our lives and give something up like candy or a favorite toy that we don't necessarily need. And I apparently gave up looking at the clock. So thank you.
Thanks, Heather. Let's all stand. We're going to sing the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family on are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Funny guy. Now let's join together in saying the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. Thank you for being here. If you were unable to fill out a picnic form, see Jeffrey Beach or go online.
you.